Never mind, Percy, said the postman. It wasn't your fault. I never liked that bike much anyway. When the Fat Control heard the action, when the Fat Control heard about the accident, ordered for Tom to be given a new bicycle at once. But the next morning, when Percy arrived at Farquhar, he saw a brand new red van standing in the yard beside the remains of the bicycle. Close by stood Tom Tipper, beaming from ear to ear. That accident did me a good turn, Percy, he smiled. And now my chief decided to let me have a new van after all. So I did help, said Percy to himself when Tom had gone. By accident, you might say. Fish. The fishermen who used the port at the big station were bringing in more fish than ever before. Each day, it says in the quayside were piled high with boxes. Most of the extra fish had to travel by rail, so the trains and the other engines became so the trains which Henry and the other engines had to pull became heavier. One night, a special load of fish was ordered, and the Fat Control decided that extra fans must be added to the train called the Flying Kipper. The only spare fans that they could find were old vans that had been standing unused in the siding for some time. Workmen soon cleaned them. They were added to the end of the train. Henry grumbled about it, but there was nothing that could be done. You just have to put up with it, Henry, said his driver. At least the extra load means we can have a banker up Gordon's Hill. Duck will often lay at every station, so that he can help heavy trains by pushing on from behind. Tonight, they made good progress in spite of the extra load. When they reached every station, his driver stopped the train beyond the platforms, so that, using Henry's whistle, he gave the special signal to men he wanted help up the hill. Pip, 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 beep, beep, whistled Henry. I need a banker, please. Pip, beep, replied Duck. I shan't be long. Duck offered gently up so that Henry's train he was not coupled on. So Henry went on without stopping when they reached the top of the hill. Ready? Duck whistled. Pull hard. Push hard, puffed Henry. We're doing it, replied Duck. Henry was pulling harder than he ever thought. It was a dark night. and Duck felt the weight on his puffer slacken. Because of the dark, he could see that Henry had taken the train on his own aid and was slowly drawing ahead. All trains carry a red lamp on the final vehicle to show that the train is complete. This is called a tail lamp. Duck's driver began to get worried. There's no sign of a tail lamp, he said. But we must keep going. Duck whistled, but there was no reply from Henry. Henry, meanwhile, was going well, but his train seemed to be getting heavier. He had to keep moving, but he could not avoid slowing down. Suddenly, from behind him, there came a split-tongue crash. Duck's front bent and pieces of broken wood began to fall onto him. One of them dropped, denting his funnel. He stopped quickly, and Henry, feeling the jolt, stopped too. Just beyond the top of the hill, over Gordon's hill, the smell of fish hung in the air. By the light of torches, the drivers and firemen tried to work out what had happened. While the guard ran back down the hill to warn the signalman. When daylight came, it was all too obvious. The lamp iron on the old van, which had been held the tail lamp, had broken, and the lamp had fallen off at the bottom of the hill. The van was visible in the darkness. Not your fault, Duck, said the fire controller. That lamp iron should have been checked. Don't worry, we'll soon have your funnel and butt drained out. Thank you, sir, said Duck, sadly. Thomas told me to be careful with fish. He was right, sir, wasn't he? Triple header. Gordon was resting in the siren. It was a hot day, and his breath had been heavy. I get so out of breath, he complained. But nobody cares. They just say I'll be all right after a rest. Get the fire controller to give you tanks in a bunker, suggested Thomas shakily. You feel a new engine. Hey, tank engines never get out of breath, you know. Perhaps I was lucky for Thomas that foregoing energy to make any reply. The men worked hard on Gordon, but they couldn't make it better. You need new tubes, Gordon, they said. We'll have to go to the works to have them fitted. While Gordon was being mended, Henry pulled the express. But one morning, just before Gordon was due back, Henry was ill too. You have no spare engine except Thomas, the inspector told the fat controller. But he can't pull the train on his own. Could Percy help? Asked the fat controller. The inspector shook his head. The two of them would definitely manage, he suggested. It's only as far as the works. I'm sure to have a spare engine there. So the three train engines were coupled together. Thomas nearest the train, Doug in the middle, and Percy in front. Come on, fussed Percy poorly. We're doing it. puffed Duck. Pull harder, grumbled Thomas to the others. The heavy train drew out of the platform. The engines could not go as fast as Gordon, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew that Percy, Thomas, and Duck were doing their best. Expresses are not like branch line trains. They don't stop at all the little stations, and the engines don't get a chance to get their breath back. Soon, the three began to feel tired. They struggled valiantly up Gordon's Hill, but the strain was beginning to show. I'm glad we didn't stick there, thought Thomas. Gordon would never let us hear the last of it. But the hill proved too much for Percy. He started pulling the whistle and stopped the train. We can't take him off, Percy, said Thomas's driver. Do your best. You can keep your brakes off. It's not far. This made things harder for the other two, but they struggled on gamely. Twin columns of steam showing high in the air. We're nearly there, puffed Thomas and Duck together as they summoned a last brave effort. Poor Percy had no steam left to say anything. They were just passing the works when Duck found he could go no further. Thomas could not pull the heavy train on his own, so the cavalcade came to a standstill a few yards short of the station platform. And there, watching from the works siding, stood Gordon. The Fat Controller, who had been on the train, told the three engines he was proud of them. You did very well to get so far, he said, and now you deserve a rest. Duck, Percy, and Thomas were uncoupled, and a new engine took their place. As the tank engine moved wearily away, Gordon looked at Thomas and smiled. Then he took 3 deep breaths and winked. He didn't have to say anything. Thomas nearly knew exactly what he meant. Thank you for reading Really Useful Engines. Sorry it's 2 parts. Bye.